I never knew, but Tusheti is home to wild tea, Georgi.
No.
Did you know?
No, I didn't.
If you Google, every traveler has one story in their arsenal about the tradition of drinking tea in Tusheti. Wild thyme tea from Tusheti. You can find it on TripAdvisor even, and other sites that are for tourists and travelers.
Not bad, Elena. More so that with this bridge we have the green light to proceed with our industrial review outlook, let me say so, and that's tea production in Georgia. Everything about the tea sector in Georgia you can find in this just one piece that our senior reporter Ani Tavadze has worked on.
The estimated date of introduction of the tea plant in Georgia is considered to be 1847-1849, when Georgian tea was first cultivated in the new established botanical garden in Sukhumi. During the same period, tea culture spread in Zugdidi and Ozurgeti. Georgian tea was presented at the Russian Agricultural Exhibition in St. Petersburg in 1864 and got its first positive evaluation. During the Soviet era, tea plantations were cultivated on about 65,000 hectares. During this period, Georgia produced, cultivated, and delivered more than 500,000 tons of green leaves. Today, there are up to 1,800 hectares of tea plantations in Georgia. In January-April of this year, $1,473,330 worth of flavored as well as non-flavored tea was exported from the country. It should be noted that annual exports have decreased. According to Geostat, tea exports in the same period in 2020 amounted to $1,999,720. As for the countries where tea is exported, Azerbaijan tops the list, where in January-April 2021, $759,620 worth of tea was exported. Then comes Turkey with $276,820. In third place comes Turkmenistan, where $91,160 worth of tea was exported. The fourth and fifth positions are occupied by Mongolia and Kazakhstan, where tea exports during the reporting period amounted to $85,570 and $80,050 respectively. The company Gurieli was founded in 1996. The company has two production lines, one in Guria and the other one in Samegrelo. Gurieli owns a 100-hectare tea plantation that employs a total of 100 local tea growers. Sales fell by 15% in 2020, and the primary reason for this is the pandemic as well as the difficulties caused by it, including the halt of the HoReCa sector and tourism. A complication of the logistics chain on the packaging materials was also one of the reasons. Due to the listed reasons, Gurieli had to increase prices.
The year started quite hard. These negative emotions and expectations affected the business. I cannot say that this situation led to an even more pessimistic revision. Also, we remained at the same level as we were in terms of evaluation.
Mana Tea Company, which has established itself in the market in the recent years, is now a very successful brand. 2020 was worse than 2019. This is how the company's co-founder assesses the previous year. There was a 30% decline in export markets. They were able to maintain the price of the tea. Despite the difficulties, the company depicts the positive dynamics of 2021.
Before March 2020, we were exporting in large quantities. However, due to the pandemic, due to distribution, exports stopped. Our partners are mostly in the Europe. The suspension and the closure of the countries caused the export situation to deteriorate. However, since March this year, we have started to work on the export potential again.
The founder of the tea company Georgian Flavour, located in Guria, believes that the state should pay attention to other businesses besides the wine sector. There is a demand for tea export, but it is difficult to complete so. The founder stresses the importance of state aid in this area.
Tea is such a thing, it needs to be raw in itself. This raw material market needs time and finances. That is why we need state support to be prepared.
Davit Tenieshvili, who created the cooperative and started its development, says that the project didn't work because the members of the cooperative couldn't fulfill their obligations. Today, he's an individual entrepreneur and produces 3 to 4 tons of tea. He also depicts that the pandemic hit the business and reduced sales. According to him, the lack of standards and unfair internal competition of enterprises remain a problem in the market, which hinders sales.
We can't sell almost 60% of tea. The biggest problem with this, however, is that several entrepreneurs cannot agree to produce tea of the same quality and type, which actually affects sales negatively. To some extent, there is a demand for quantities from abroad.
Tea growers have begun to address the problems of the past year. With the opening up of country's economy and the relaunch of the Horeca sector, some of them set positive expectations and have even come up with plans for achieving specific positive results.